How would you like to experience the thrill of never being held accountable for your actions? You could crush people like ants without consequence, or tear off their heads or limbs as you please.
Dude, I know I've said this a million times, so I probably don't need to keep saying it. You seem to be not aware, or you just don't care, about the fact that this is not something regular people yearn for. You know, it's not like, oh, something's missing in my life. I wish I could tear off people's limbs. I'm so glad you've opened my eyes to the fact that I can just do that. No, I don't think anybody feels that way except for you. It's not like you just unlocked something in me that's just been missing this whole time. I'm just thinking, what's wrong with you?
Believe me, such a life is but one small step away.
Nobody wants this.
What is he trying to make? Freedom?
Yeah.
But the freedom to kill? To do evil and get away with it?
I love Ether being so, like, cynical about this. Like, what are you actually trying to convince me of here? Because you were 100%... The Tori trying to convince Ether is way worse than I thought, because he's not even being that smart about it, let's be real.
Why would you offer me that?
Yeah.
The creation of a world is the ultimate scientific experiment. I have taken my research to the highest level, where I shall be not just a god, but also a servant to many sacred spirits. I shall heed the truth and perform holy deeds.
Right. Meaning what,
A god's
exactly?
laboratory is the perfect playground. But it needs the right occupant to explore its full potential.
Dude, so okay, so all along you wanted us to be a research subject. In which case, why did you even bother asking us for our consent? You already know the answer is no. You actually would have better luck trying to capture us and just lock us up rather than asking for our permission. Why do you even care about our permission? You clearly have no problems with just doing things to other people without their consent all the time. You know? What point are you getting at here? He's just toying with us at this point.
Mortals are found everywhere one looks. Not so with Descenders. I'd prefer my first guest to be a distinguished individual such as yourself. And I know you could make the most of the opportunities it offers.
So the condition for entering the new world is to take innocent lives. The same dilemma that Rerir once faced.
Does he mean that literally, or like, in terms of the condition for entering the new world is to take innocent lives? Or is that just sort of like this metaphor of, if you seek that kind of power, it's always going to lead you down a dark path?
Can I really bring myself to kill others for my own benefit?
No.
Rerir did. And look where it got him.
Yeah. Ether's too smart to fall for this. I know he's thinking about it because he's trying to show all sides of the issue, but he's too smart to fall for this.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes, I have.
I can't do it.
Thank you,
Your
Ether.
playground is no place for me. You're putting your hopes in the wrong person. But we both know I'm not quite the hero you say I am either. I have my own reasons for the journey I'm on. And they aren't all selfless.
You've grown a lot since we last met. But there are still things you are unwilling to compromise on. This will only hinder you.
Sure, whatever you say, I don't really care. Just like you don't care what I think, I don't care what you think. Except clearly, yes, you have gotten under my skin. It's true. We hardly go through life with only, you know, selfless ideals and wanting to do things only for other people's benefit. We all have things we want to do for ourselves, too. That's just human nature. It's all in moderation. The will to do something for your own ambitions, and as well as in service to others, those two things in moderation keep us going in a healthy way. Yes, this journey is not entirely selfless, but you know what? That's not the same thing as what you're suggesting to Tori.
Why don't I lower my requirements a little as a gesture of goodwill? I'll give you a little time to learn to be a less noble soul.
Dude,
That'll
you're not
make
changing
things
my
much
opinions.
easier for you.
No.
I really doubt I could live that sort of life.
Don't sound so hesitant, Ether. You tell him that with more conviction.
And yet you already sound less defiant than a moment ago. The benefits appeal to you because you can read the signs of the times. Why don't we return to my research facility? Your last visit was so rushed. There is much that I have yet to show you.
Please don't, you know. Please don't. Huh? Cutscene
Now
already?
to that question.
Just starting off the new quest? Okay.
Heroes don't attack from behind. Guess I'm no hero.
Yeah, that's right, Ether. Own it.
Most disappointing.
Don't do that! Uh-oh. No. Oh, the way he just turned around. Ether! Thank goodness, I was getting tired of his rambling. But please don't get hurt. Ether! Oh, the way he makes the sword appear. That's right. Go, Ether! No. Gravity? Uh-oh.
Now then.
Huh? Albedo! Water! Oh my gosh. Get your revenge! Ah! He saved us!
A new face. Interesting.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Of course. Albedo Durin! Dude. Oh my gosh. He saved us. And that's really significant because an older version of him might have been a lot more reckless and impulsive and just tried to kill Dottore straight up there. You know? It's a pity Lesser Lord Kusanali forced him to destroy all of his segments. The joy I would have had from tearing them apart one by one. A different version of him, I feel like, would have just charged in there. But he, is calm and calculating. And he came there and his first priority was to save us. Oh, thank you so much! But it furthermore highlights the growth in Wanderer's character. That he cares a lot more about this than just for himself. Because I think vengeance alone is not a good reason to do things. But this is more than just vengeance. Oh, he absolutely wants to get vengeance against Dottore, but it's more than that. This is for all the people that Dottore has ever hurt. Whether that be Scaramouche, all the people he's experimented on, or, you know, Niwa as well, right? D-Luke's dad, the people he's killed and murdered, the people he has tortured, the people's lives he's ruined. As he said before, neither he nor us nor Lesser Lord Kusanali wants to see Dottore hurt anyone ever again. And that's so much growth for him because he cares so much more about everyone and the world. It's not just about himself. So this is what I mean. It's just the full arc of this, the completeness of the story. Yes. Nefer, Albedo, Haggai, you were all able to figure out where we were and save us. Haggai, how did you get
You're
here?
still gonna call me Hat Guy after that, huh?
What else am I supposed to call you? Everybody else calls you Hat Guy. You came all this way just to save me? It's true, though, you know. In terms of Nahida let Ether name Wanderer, give him his name. So it is somewhat odd, I guess, from Hat Guy's perspective, that Ether does not even use the name he gave him. I guess Ether's the same way, though. Only Lumine calls him Ether. Everybody else calls him the name we gave him, too. It's an odd situation, let's just say. That's why it's just easier to keep my Wanderer named Wanderer and then just call him Hat Guy all the time. What, you came all this way just to save me?
I didn't see anyone else in there who needed saving.
Thank you so much. Fair point, you just caught me by surprise. Thank you. Wait, you're injured?
It's nothing. I'll be fine.
I didn't even know you could get injured like that. Well, yes, I did, but you're such a tough guy. Please, just take care of yourself. Thank you.
Why are you looking at me like that? Is it that shocking that I'd come to your rescue?
I'm more shocked that you caught the doctor off guard.
I owed you a favor back in Sumeru. Now we're even. Distracting Dotori was tough. I won't lie. He's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That was my one shot. I'd hoped to use it to take him out. Ugh. I never wanted to obliterate someone more than I do right now.
Dude, same here. I don't usually get angry from these kinds of things, but I am more done with Dotori than like anybody else. Like I cannot wait to let Wanderer, as he said, rip him to shreds. But he held back. He didn't do it because he focused on saving us instead of just recklessly attacking Dotori. Alright, then I say we still owe you one. You say you owed us one and now we're even, but I say we still owe you one. We're gonna have to help you destroy Dotori. And help everybody else destroy Dotori too. You know, this is a really everybody wants this kind of situation.
Dotori doesn't recognize me. But his segments were originally made based on an analysis of my operational principles.
Yeah.
I expect it's only a matter of time before he figures out what I am.
Yeah, you know, that also brings up what does Dotori remember? Because he doesn't remember Scaramouche, then what does he think he made his segments based off of, you know? Because he actually made the segments based off of Scaramouche. What does he remember now that memory has been erased?
So Dotori doesn't recognize Wanderer because he deleted himself from Irminsul. Did he really miss his only chance for revenge by saving me?
That's not his only chance, Ether, because let's be real. You are going to help him get revenge.
Why the long face? Hey, I'm not blaming you, okay?
Aw, that's so sweet of you to not blame us. Like I said, you know, it's more than just the fact that he's mellowed out. He's grown a lot. More importantly, he should know that he's playing the long game by rescuing us. We are absolutely going to help him destroy Dotori.
And I'm not complaining either. Rescuing you and killing Dotori are equally important goals.
Aww. Like I said, like, he values us as much as he values his revenge against Dotori. And we know his revenge against Dotori must be a huge thing for him. So, thank you.
Everyone would be pretty stuck without you. It's best you live to fight another day.
How are you holding up? Are you all right?
Aww, you three. I just want to give you all a hug. And also Ether as well, you know. Heroes don't attack from behind, so I guess I'm no hero. That's true, you know. He's the protagonist, but let's be honest, Ether's gotten a lot of trouble and done a lot of questionable things. And he might have only done things with the best of intentions, but... it's just... yeah. It's coming to terms with... everyone has this idealistic ideal of who he is, and... you know... realizing in his own mind he's not like that, but that doesn't make him a bad person.
Hat Guy said to put safety first, so we agreed to run as far away as we could after leaving the energy field, and only meet up once it was safe.
You don't look injured. It seems that Dotori didn't do anything to you.
Yeah, well, he absolutely could have. Oh, that was such an epic cutscene. I gotta see that again. That was Wonder and Dotori's, you know, you took everything from me. I don't even know who you are. Well, you will. That was their Wanda Thanos moment.
Alright. Rescue operation complete. Let's head back. There's a lot more work to be done before this is over.
Oh. Song of the Welkin Moon, Act 8, True Moon. Okay. Everybody else is back here.
Understood. I will bear the Tsaritsa's decree in mind. I don't see what's so awesome about it, though. Does he
Are you
really
still
think
talking about
everyone else
child?
is as immature as him? I'm not stooping to Tartaglia's level.
He's so goofy. I'm glad Tartaglia's back.
I thought you might say that. How's your progress?
Quite promising, actually. That alchemist Albedo gave me a few ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how I asked you to look up some files for me? That stuff on the Nacht-Sitzenkreuz Institute. Rene de Petrichor and Jakob Ingold. Alain Guillotin despised Rene's theories and methods, but he never managed to come up with better alternatives either. So I adopted some of Rene's ideas.
How rebellious of you.
I thought Alain was like a father to you. He and Rene were mortal enemies, were they
I
not?
know, how rebellious of you.
And what would you say if Lenny and his friends one day learned something useful from someone you utterly detested?
I would applaud them for it. That would mean that they have surpassed me.
I see. Exactly.
For all we know, Alain Guillotin might have thought the same thing. Not that it matters, though. He's dead, and I'm alive. So it's my call to make.
Yeah.
Once you die, it doesn't matter how great you were in life. Only the living get to decide what happens next.
Oh my gosh, we're back!
Hey, come on out. They're back.
We're here! Guys, we're alive!
Huh?
We lived!
You're back? And your head's still screwed on? And you still have all your limbs?
Yes, we do. Although I agree that it would be questionable that that would be the case.
What does it look like? Way to keep your composure, madam.
Excuse you. I am perfectly composed.
Hey everyone, I'm back. You're so casual, Ether.
Glad you're okay.
You have a lot of catching up to do. We are evacuating all of Nod-Krai right now.
Yes, it's a huge relief.
Sorry for making you all worry.
Worry? Oh, yeah, right. You think we, the Fatui, were worried about you?
Yes.
We were worried, Sid.
Hey!
Oh, you guys are so funny.
The Traveler and I were already friends. You are free to join this mission in whatever capacity you please. Much like your tea parties.
It's a laugh a minute with you guys.
Aw, let's be real. He probably hated his time in the Fatui. But these are probably the interactions he missed most as well.
I must say, I was quite surprised when Mr. Albedo told me he would need no additional aid.
We discussed this on our way back as well. I am rarely so unequivocal, but in this case, we had full confidence in Hat Guy.
He said he knew what he was doing. Albedo and I pretty much had to just wait outside on standby. Meanwhile, Hat Guy broke into the energy field and
Yeah.
rescued the Traveler solo.
It looks like Albedo used his power to break the energy field too.
You didn't have to mention that.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed. You are a force to be reckoned with, Hat Guy.
Is he back? Is he really back?
Paimon!
Traveler!
Paimon! Oh, it's really me, Paimon. I'm back.
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon missed you so
Oh,
much!
Paimon, I'm so
you can finally
sorry.
breathe easy,
I'm so
Paimon.
sorry for worrying you, Paimon.
It's great to have you back in one piece! Oh, Paimon's been having nightmares the whole time you were gone!
I'm just so glad that we could be back for Paimon.
Look at them. You know, once you reach my age, there's nothing better than watching a misty-eyed reunion between friends.
It's nothing. Same goes when you get to my age, too. I bet Aino and Anefa would be tearing up as well if they were here.
Varka, I'm not sure Anefa can cry.
Oh, yeah, good point. Hey, your eyes are looking a little red and puffy. Come here. Let's hug it
You
out.
guys are so silly.
Ew, no, no thank you. You're not my dad, okay? Knock it
Yeah,
off!
I agree. It is a little weird.
Everyone, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. But the silver lining is, I didn't come away from this ordeal
And
empty-handed.
neither did everybody else. We have to tell Ether everything we know.
While I was being held captive, I learned a lot about Dottoro's current capabilities, and what he plans to do with them. Allow me to explain.
Everything we learned. Everything. The entire monologue.
The three moon goddesses were even more powerful than we imagined. No wonder Dottore believes himself to be equal to the gods. Maybe even superior.
Utter blasphemy.
Yeah, exactly.
While everyone was gone, Nefer and I made an interesting discovery. And I believe Miss Sandrone has something to share too. Ma'am, perhaps you could do the honors?
Sandrone explains Columbina's situation and shares her
Called
finding.
it. Getting rid of a pesky troublemaker like her is like trying to clean up after a crumbly cake. It always comes back to haunt you.
Columbina's alive! I knew she wouldn't give up.
Our next step is to find a way to bring her back.
A place where time flows backwards, with no destination in sight. Surely it must have been created for a specific purpose.
Yeah.
But I fear the answers are buried deep in Tevat's history, held by great powers beyond our reach.
Once again, the question of, is it intentionally created or has it just exist to be here in this time and place? To be entered by Columbina, right? But, true, did somebody create this space long ago?
It sounds like she's on a specific path through time, just traveling in the opposite direction to us. The question is, where does that path lead? Or will it keep going to infinity?
Lunatar!
We considered that question as well. Strictly speaking, time is not infinite.
But it could be painfully long. You know, if she's just heading back in time to, like, the creation of the Earth, like, 4 billion years ago. That's a really long time.
Indeed not. Every road has an
How'd you
end.
get here?
Nicole! You sure loved quietly sneaking in mid-conversation.
Yeah, she just appeared.
I do, in fact. It's something I've always done at our mages' tea parties. Quiet, mysterious, and persuasive. You wonder what lies at the end of her road. Well, just as the world has a beginning and an end, so too does time. And so, the end of the road is the moment that Tevat was born.
Okay, so you're literally talking about the creation of the Earth.
But where Miss Columbina will end up along this road, that depends on where this particular river of reverse time began.
What about the original moons and the moon goddesses? Do they have a beginning too?
All things do. In the beginning, no moons adorned the sky. It was the Dragon King Nibelung who raised the 3 moons into the heavens, and thus were the moon goddesses born.
Yeah, so confirmed it. It was the Dragon King Nibelung, who was the king of all of, like, the primordial dragons. Put the moon goddesses into the heavens, and then came into conflict with the heavenly principles later on when they came to Tevat and introduced humans. Look at the Lunatar's little feet.
They were shadows of the planet, born to wield Nibelung's authority and oversee the world on his behalf. They were extensions of his will, manifestations of his majesty. But then one day, they disappeared just as suddenly as they had once been brought into being. Nobody knew where they had gone.
They disappeared? See, disappearing is different than dying. What do you mean they disappeared? Columbina! Wait, but but she can't influence the past anymore. She said that was the last chance she had to influence the past.
Like I thought. No more paths back to reality have emerged since. But how can I be sure that I'm going the right way without scenes from reality to keep me on track?
Everything's dark and purple now.
I can't even be sure of how long I've been walking for.
Yeah. Well, at least if it is 4 billion years, it won't feel like 4 billion years to her, at least.
The further I travel, the less stable this space becomes. There are even moments where I can sense something that feels like abyssal energy. They can just materialize out of thin air. I have to keep my wits about me.
The anomaly? Oh. This is not like the peaceful space I saw before, that we saw before. Where am I going? 64, 63, okay, this direction. This rift here. No way! It is Revere!
Is that the Ray here of Solari?
Of course he's here too, so...
I can't believe he survived. How did he do it?
He's here, so obviously he's just waiting here. She went to the same space as him after all. Hello.
You are the moon goddess. But how?
Yeah, she ended up trapped in the same space she trapped you in.
Please, there's no need. I'm not interested in fighting anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it's really in anybody's best interest to fight right now.
I find that a little difficult to believe.
Yeah. Honestly, so do I. The way you used my own power against me was... It was a brilliant strategy. And then, in the final moment before I was thrown into this space, I got to see an old friend.
Yeah, whatever happened to Dainsliff? Like, dude literally got out of here as soon as all the rare stuff was done. All the other friends have just stayed. Dane got out of here as fast as he could.
Mr. Dainsliff.
Right. It was so long ago now. But we were friends once. And when I first got here, I was filled with hatred, remorse, and rage. How I cursed and devoured. I tore everything here apart. I was consumed by the desire to leave this place and have my vengeance.
Not to mention, this kind of is the kind of place that'll just drive you insane by just being here too long.
But to no avail. This is a place with no exit. This is the second time I've entered this space. Though I have no memory of the first. I was torn to shreds the moment I entered. But this time I survived. It must be partly because of this new body, and partly because of all the Kuvaki I absorbed in Nod-Krai.
In which case, what happened to Thelindis then?
Are you the source of the abyssal power in here?
Not all of it. Some is from when I first arrived here and tried to destroy everything. But there was already a degree of abyssal power here before I entered. And like a venomous snake baking in the merciless sun, it tried to slither into my shadow.
We're all imagining what kind of weird conversations Columbina and Rare might have now that they're literally trapped in the same prison, and I didn't expect it to actually just be having a casual conversation like this. This is so strange.
Tried to. So, you rejected it?
Yes. Because after that, the world suddenly became silent for a moment.
What do you mean?
The voices in my head, they were gone.
The abyss isn't speaking into your mind.
And then, I saw her.
You did?
Her?
Thelindis. My former lover.
Never mentioned that she saw a memory of Thelindis leaping into the moon's reflection.
More precisely, I saw her afterimage. I'm sure the real her is long gone. She was just an ordinary Conrian. She couldn't have survived here for very long. Anyway, why have you come here? Didn't you know it was a dead end?
If I hadn't escaped through the moon gate, my friends would have been in far greater danger.
Oh, I see. Because of your power. The power of a moon goddess.
What?
Oh?
You'd like to know how I know, wouldn't you? The one who resurrected me said so.
Oh.
I could hear deep lust for power.
So you
in his
know
voice.
somebody resurrected you. Yeah, that makes sense. Because as he said, he was torn to shreds. Something must have brought the pieces of him back together. So even he's aware Dottore... It was Dottore all along who put him back together.
Do you mean... Dottore?
Dottore. So that's what he's called. He'd been collecting fragments of my body for a long time. All so that he could resurrect me at the moment of his choosing. I had no interest in his research. But being as corroded by the abyss as I was, we were aligned as far as hunting the moons and recovering my strength were concerned.
You consciously collaborated with him. I know, you didn't really have much choice in the matter at that point. It's just that plus all the horrible things you did in your previous life still do not make you somebody I'd really like that much, but okay.
So that's why the Wild Hunt suddenly became so active in Nod-Krai. When I left the Fatui in my weakened state, Dottore must have felt that his time had come.
Moon Goddess, could I ask a favor of you?
Depends what it is.
What?
You know, you've caused a lot of trouble for the Moon Goddess, so it better be something mutually beneficial.
I know this is a lot to ask, especially from someone who tried to kill you. If you refuse, I won't fight it. But this is the only thing I desire now. Nothing else matters.
What do you want?
I'd like you to take a message to Thelindis for me.
Thelindis? But...
Isn't she dead? Unless he knows that she can travel through the past. But Columbina, she's already said there's no more points in the past she can interact with anymore.
Yes, she's dead. But like I said, I saw her afterimage. I can sense that some part of her soul remains here. Far, far ahead.
Why don't you go and speak to her yourself?
I can't. I don't know why, but I can't move freely in this space as you can. All I can see is a glimpse of her, walking away. Just like the moment when I last saw her in life. In return, I will clear these abyssal obstacles for you. No, not in return. I'll clear them for you, whether you want to help me or not. It feels like something I ought to do.
Well, it took him 500 years plus, but he's finally doing something for something bigger than himself. Well, not really. In the end, that's the thing about Rare's characters. It's only now that this is weighing on his conscience that he's gonna help Columbina. In the end, he's still only doing this really for himself. We talk about how Aether's journey has not been entirely selfless. I could say he's at least been more selfless than Rare has, where everything comes back to something he wants, whether that's just, you know, clearing his mind of the bad deeds he's done, desiring to live a normal life. Things that we should want, but maybe not to the point that he's wanted, and that he's done to the point that he has done the things he's done. But nonetheless, I guess that's all he can do now, is help us. There's nothing we can do to change the past. I mean, I know we're talking about literally changing the past here, but there's nothing he can do to change the past. So...
Why?
Yeah. Why, indeed. I've been asking myself that question a lot recently. Why did I do the things I did? I'm tired of it all. Tired of the person I became. People used me. And then I turned around and started using others. I hurt a lot of people. I think I grew tired of it long ago. But I wouldn't admit it to myself. And ultimately, that's how I ended up here.
Yeah. Gaslighted himself for a very long time. But like I said, he's not a sympathetic, he's not a character meant for us to sympathize with, but nonetheless, it's, you know, there's nothing he can do beyond this point but try to make things right, even if they can never undo or make up for the things he's already done. There's nothing you can do except just be a better person from now on. So, good for you, I guess.
What do you wish to tell her?
All of it. My past. My mistakes. Everything that happened after we were separated.
Is it okay if I give her the abridged version?
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty you can skip over. Just tell her the important parts. Whatever you think that means.
Like the part where you relentlessly tried to kill us?
It's up to you. Love demands honesty. But my relationship with Thelindis was built on lies.
Yeah.
We hid too much from each other. But after living my whole life in the shadows, I don't want to hide anything anymore.
I will do my best.
Okay. Alright, we can go now.
There. The Abyss will no longer stand in your way.
Even though Mr. Dainsliff felt he had to fight you, I think he still regarded you as a friend.
Yeah. She and Dainsliff talked about it before the fight.
Dane?
He said that you betrayed him. But he also felt great remorse at never having understood what you were truly going through.
Yeah.
Why tell me this?
Because if he'd known that someone could take a message to you, I believe that's what he would have said.
Thank you. It means a lot. I know this will sound strange coming from me, but don't die, Moon Goddess. I can tell that you're determined to get out of here.
Thank you. I just don't know what to say to that, but... well... if every living thing deserves to be at peace at the end of their journey, no matter what, then may you find peace someday. Oh, the space is not...
He kept his word. The Abyss is no longer obstructing my path.
It is her! Thelindis! We still have questions for Thelindis, actually. We actually still don't know what specifically she was researching, only that it resulted in her being able to find a way to open the moon gate.
Is that Thelindis? She wasn't far off at all. And yet, they can never meet.
Such, I suppose, is the punishment for all of their lies and deception.
Hello, Miss Thelindis.
Who are you? How do you know my name? I've never seen anyone else here before.
You can call me Columbina. I promised Rerir that I'd bring a message to you.
Rerir? My Rerir? Is he well?
He's doing better than he was.
No, but, you know... yeah.
Better than he was, huh? Sounds like he's had a pretty rough time.
Others have had a rough time on his account too. In many cases, their time ran out because of him.
Yeah, let's not forget that.
And I'm not just talking about the children of the Crimson Moon.
Yeah, you know, cataclysm and all that.
So, things got worse before they got better. Could you tell me what happened, Miss Columbina?
Are you sure you wish to know?
Yes. This is my opportunity to learn the truth. No matter how hard it is to hear, I have to know.
I admire your courage. However, time is short. I cannot stay here for long.
The abridged version.
Ryrir had seeds of hatred in his heart, and many people nursed them for their own ends. On some level, everything he did was to try and find a way to see you again. But in the end, he came to regret his mistakes. He wanted to apologize for hiding his past from you. Beyond that, he did not say specifically what it was he wished to convey to you, but I'm sure that you've always been on his mind. You are what has kept him going over all these years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Miss Columbina. This is so upsetting. I'm not sure how to put my feelings into words.
It's all right. I understand. Well, that's everything from me. So, I guess I'll be...
Wait. One moment. Time flows backwards here. The road ahead only leads further and further into the past.
I know. I intend to reach the end of that road.
You too?
Without a moon marrow, without the 3 moons' power, you won't make it far. Wait, unless... Are you one of the moon goddesses?
She does know something. Because we never really learned exactly what it was the Lindis was researching about the moons. You have to tell us what you know, the Lindis.
You could say that.
I see. I often think to myself, if life is like a train ride, why haven't I reached the terminus? Where am I even going? And it's not just me. It's this whole place. Wherever it is, it seems like it's existed forever. It's such a mystery. Where is it going? I must seem so ridiculous. I can't answer these basic questions, and yet I jumped right in here without hesitating, only to be torn apart the moment I entered by powerful energy currents. Only my soul remains now. Thinking back, I was suddenly overcome with fear and terror in that moment. Perhaps I too became bewitched by the abyss.
Yeah.
I may have been the leverage it needed to control Ryrir. I used to be a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum in Conria, researching the iridescent moon's marrow. Eventually, I came to the conclusion that time in here flows in reverse.
Yeah. Tell us everything you know, please.
Ryrir was one of the Finster King's retainers. With me, he was in an impossible position. It plagued him constantly. I wanted to help him escape his lot in life. I wanted him to be happy. So I thought I'd use this place to return to the past. At the time, I thought I could just go back to the day that the Finster King first found the princess.
The princess.
It was
Lumine.
only after meeting the princess that the Finster King started going too far with his research into the abyss. That was the day all of our woes began. I thought I could stop the king from ever meeting her and solve everything.
This is important. Like when Columbina used the moon marrow to help us see the past, we learned Lumine had never been with us in the spaceship to begin with. And Lumine, just remembered appearing here in Tevat, or more accurately, in Conria with no memories. And it's only later on she regained memories of traveling with Aether, her twin. So what happened? Nahida says Lumine belongs to this world and is not a descender. She didn't come in the spaceship, and she just suddenly appeared here one day. Where is she from, and why do we remember her as our sister then?
I couldn't kill the Finster King himself, so I had to find another way to save Ryrir. That's why I wanted to go back, to kill the person who had brought new possibilities to our realm. I'm sure it was a futile endeavor, but the Abyss probably enhances the basest human desires. So I naively hoped I could change everything.
Well, the fact that Lumine is still alive now tells me that didn't work.
But I was simply too weak. Like a speck of dust against the whole universe. Look at me. I didn't even survive the journey here. Not physically, at least. I know I'm never getting out of here. But you're different. You can make it, and I want to help you. I owe you that much.
How do you plan to help me?
Have you noticed the golden energy that exists here?
Yes.
Based on my past research and my observations since coming here, I believe they carry you forward faster.
You mean forward into the past or forward into the future?
I can share what I've learned and help you understand the pattern in which this energy appears. I think you just might... Now, I know you will be able to change the past. Also, I've been speculating about where this phase ends.
I guess you've had infinite time to think about these things.
The documentation was scanned, but from what I know of the legends about the moons, the oldest ones seem to begin with Nibelung, king of dragonkind. I have no way of verifying any of it by this point. But if it's true, you might be able to reach that era if you keep walking.
That's a long time from now. Well, that's thousands and thousands of years ago.
Understood. Thank you, Miss Delindis.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. If you hadn't entered this realm of everlasting death, what use would my deductions be? Thanks to you, they have some meaning. About Rayrir, I'm so sorry. For everything.
It wasn't your fault.
That's not true. Because we both feared bringing trouble upon each other, neither of us ever told the truth. And that dishonesty sealed our fates.
Yeah.
But enough about that. I wish you a safe journey, Miss Columbina.
Well, for reasons outside of either of our control.
And may the outside world never have to experience pain like this again.
Both Rayrir and Delindis made their mistakes and have now been imprisoned and punished for those mistakes. I mean, being stuck here forever is quite an awful punishment, so to you I also say I hope that if there's ever an end to your journey, may you have peace one day as well.
Rayrir, you're there, aren't you? I cannot see you, because you exist in the future. I expect we'll be trapped in this prison of space-time for all eternity. But please, gaze upon the past, and then sit for a while. Let's find a place to sit down together, just like we did when we first met.
I see. That's their curse. Imprisoned here for all eternity. Forever, just out of each other's reach. Knowing they're both there, but they cannot interact with each other. Well, they were punished for their deeds, so...
How long have I been walking? How much further till I reach the end?
You know what this is? Oh, this is not a good thing to be reminded of. You know the Hoyle Fair Stairway to Heaven animated show, the analog horror short with Dottore and Columbina, but it was horrifying biblical angel Columbina and Dottore climbing this endless stairway until he gets to heaven with like an infinite number of zeros. Dude, that anime short is really brilliant. It's really scary. It's really scary. That gave me nightmares for a long time. It's not even reminded of that. Yeah, I'm glad Columbina was not like that in the actual game. And having said, that's just such an ironic thing, because now Columbina herself is now on her own stairway to eternity. But instead of heaven, it's all the way back in time to the past.
Is there even an end to be found? Everything's getting blurry.
I mean, she's probably walked for thousands of years. Just think. Farina acting on the stage for hundreds of years. The Raiden Shogun fighting against her will to prove that she has changed. She fought for hundreds of years. And then meanwhile, Finon and Cyrene and Honkai Star Rail enduring 33 million lifetimes of torment. Columbina. Just what is she enduring right now? When you get into these stories with such these long time spans of this like torturous situation, it's just heartbreaking. Columbina? Huh? Someone else here?
Are you alright, little sister?
No way.
Have you come from the distant future?
She has a mark on her hand. Who are you? Are you one of the moon goddesses? Have we gone so far back in time we found the other moon goddesses?
So, how exactly did the moons just disappear? Shouldn't it be a little harder to get
Oh
rid
my
of
gosh.
major creations like moons?
Did the three moon sisters go into the moon gate as well? And now they're trapped in that point in the past?
The world is a vast and ancient place. On a certain scale, all life lasts for but a fleeting moment.
Miss Nicole explained that the moon goddesses likely perished in the War of Funerary Flame. The moons themselves were also destroyed at that time, save for the Frost Moon, from which a new moon goddess was later born.
Okay.
Am I missing something then? 'Cause the stories say that the moon goddesses were born on the moon, but doesn't Columbina say she was born in Nod-Krai?
Huh. You're right.
Yeah. So...
Why do their birthplaces differ? What's the difference between the two generations of moon goddesses?
Also, remember what Sandrone said? Her scans detected 4 moons. In other words, 4 moon marrows.
Technically, the result of the scan means that 4 moon marrows were detected and positively identified as moons in that moment. In other words, this piece of information alone isn't enough for us to know how Miss Columbina is doing
You're
right now.
Because it would detect her whether she's alive or dead.
Yep. We have no way of staying...
But at least she's trying her best to get back to us.
Yeah. She's a tough cookie. And a sore loser, too. We have to trust that she'll find a way.
Who's the real sore loser?
Because
Oh, sorry.
As much as it pains me to say it, we've got no chance of beating Dottore in a straight-up fight.
Aww.
He's much too powerful.
Ah, true.
It wouldn't even be close.
Guys, when everything is sad, at least we still have cats. When everything's sad, at least cats are still real.
That maniac
Look how many
is going to
people we
devour
have here.
everything in his path until he reaches us. We need to find someone or something that can stop him before he does anything worse. I'll be frank. Our only hope of defeating this false god is with a real moon goddess on our side. I'm not just saying this because Columbina's a friend and I want her back safe and sound.
Although that's part of it.
It's just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that even she was no match for him when he attacked, but I don't have a better solution.
We're not giving up on saving her, whether she can defeat Dottore or not.
Right. Don't worry, Miss Sandrone. We're all aligned on saving Columbina.
No one's trying to argue that we can only justify saving our friend because it will help save the world. This is about multitasking. We want to save both.
Yeah.
So, she's more than just a moon goddess to you guys?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Duh! She's part of the gang! And you are too, you know.
Look how many friends we've assembled here. Oh, the Nod-Krai group is just gonna be so tightly knit after all this.
Yes, I know. You don't need to labor the point. I knew that the moment I came running over with my documents that I was part of the in-group. I mean, if Arlecchino can fit in, I certainly can. Anyway, as for how we get Columbina back, I've been working on it constantly. But I think I'm still lacking certain information about the moon. I'd probably get there if I could continue my calculations, but the problem is, I've run out of computing power.
Okay.
Computing power? You need more energy?
Or do you need more, like ROM?
No, the issue isn't energy.
Yeah.
It's processing power. There's so much data to get through that the whole process has just ground to a halt.
That's a tricky problem.
René de Petrichor of the Nod-Krai Ordo once foretold the fate of the world. But I don't know how he did it. My guess is that he used the primordial sea's power. However, that won't work for me. His methodology was vastly different from my own. What's worse, they're incompatible. And to top it all off, we can't even leave Nod-Krai.
Yeah. So we can't go to the Primordial Sea and Fontaine. We can send some of our friends over.
Ugh, this is so annoying. If I'd known we'd run into a bottleneck like this... Well, no, the design bureau's a bust as well. Curse that Dottore! Couldn't have made this harder for me if he...
Yeah, he's really limited all our options.
Oh, what do we do then? How about we grab a bite to eat and take a break? Maybe something will come to mind after you've cleared your head.
Yeah.
You don't get it, do you? I'm trying to calculate the fate of an entire world here.
Well, you know what? Eating dinner actually might help you with that.
And I need accurate results, not vague prophecies. Where the heck am I gonna find the computing power for that? Ahem. Anyway, time to shelve the discussion on technical difficulties. Being a killjoy isn't very ladylike after all.
Either way, we've done what we can. Rest well, everyone. Remember to let us know if anything new comes up.
Yeah? What's up?
The hat guy? Is he hinting that we should talk outside?
Okay, we can do that.
Let's go somewhere a little more private.
Sure. Would love to, you know. Oh yeah, this is...
You know that Dory went back to Sumeru, right?
This is so much more private, yeah. Yeah. Oh, in the open like this? Yeah.
Yeah, she mentioned she was planning to head back.
Well, she didn't tell you that. Oh, wait, she did tell you that, did she? No, she didn't tell you that. She told everybody that after the evacuation started, which was after you disappeared.
Things aren't looking good for Nod-Krai. She's gone to spread the word so that Sumeru has a chance to prepare for the worst. From what I know of Dottore, there are two possible reasons why he hasn't made a move yet. One is that he's still working through some kinks in his new powers. The other is, he wants to see how we're going to react.
Probably a little bit of both then.
He'll easily devour everything eventually, so I guess he's in no rush to make it happen. The first false god he made was me. Now it's his turn. Even though my records were erased from Irminsul, Dottore's ideas haven't changed one bit. He once told me that becoming a god was like turning yourself into a hungry wolf or giant serpent to devour the moon. Clearly, he began studying the moon goddess's powers long before he even tried making a god.
Yeah, this has been in the works for a really long time.
He's always wanted to get his greedy hands on divine authority one way or another. And in the end, he devoured the moon where I failed.
Oh, Wanderer. Yeah.
In the desert of Sumeru, there is a chessboard built by King Deshret, also known as Al-Ahmar. I don't know if it was a real game, or if he was just trying to challenge his servants and citizens in some way.
Yeah, we saw that chessboard. We've been there. We did whatever puzzle was there. I remember it was like going to different locations that were appeared on the chessboard, right?
But creating games and setting rules, gods do that as a matter of course. That's the kind of power Dottore craves. Now he has the Trilunar Authority. His power is leagues beyond the common people. I don't think there's any point in other nations rushing to the front line. They're better off focusing on defense and hoping they can fend off any threats that spill out from Nod-Krai.
Yeah. Well, once again, we just sent all of our evacuees to Snezhnaya and Natlan. More importantly, it's like, would sending the militaries of all these other nations actually help us with this current threat? I think we're kind of screwed in that front.
Either way, Dory will inform Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she will contact the other gods in turn.
Yeah.
The Seven will have some recourse available. If nothing else, their protection should keep the rest of the world from descending into chaos as quickly as Nod-Krai has. So on the bright side, even if Nod-Krai is doomed, your friends in other nations won't be in any immediate peril.
Yeah, immediate being the key word.
That's good to know. But I'm not ready to give up on Nod-Krai yet.
There's a word for people who refuse to let anything go. It's called being greedy.
I'd say it's more being obsessive than greedy, but sure.
Maybe it sounds greedy to you, and probably naive too. But whatever you call it, that's what gives me the determination to keep fighting. Battles are fleeting, but the will to fight is a long-term commitment. Give up for even a moment, and your resolve will shatter.
Why do you always feel the need to do the right thing? No one is born to be a savior.
Well, maybe no one's born to be a savior, but if we all get to choose what to do with our lives, then why not choose to do right as often as you can? I mean, we've delved a lot into Ether and his personality and convictions in this story. It's true, he himself is no saint, but that doesn't mean we stop trying just because we can't be perfect all the time. Knowing that we're not perfect creatures is not the same as accepting that there's nothing we can do to change the world. In the end, there's still merit to trying.
I mean, who's gonna criticize you if you fail or give up?
Don't take this the wrong way, but Dotori said something similar to me. I guess the Fatui attracts people who don't believe in saviors.
Yeah, you know, there's something to that. The kinds of people who want to take matters into their own hands. For sure. That does seem to be the commonality between the Harbingers. The kinds of people who aren't going to rely on anybody else for anything.
Not necessarily. It's less about belief for me. I just want to know how determined you really are. After all, I don't owe anything to anyone else here. Only you.
Wanderer.
You look kinda worried.
If your arch-nemesis was about to achieve their ultimate goal, I think you might feel a little worried too.
Yeah. This is like the everything in his life has been culminating into this moment, you know?
That's true. Dotori is about to become an omniscient, omnipotent deity. That's gotta be a bitter pill to swallow.
It's bitter for all of us too. That's the thing, is maybe some of us haven't endured what a lot of Dotori's other victims have endured. But if you even just stop to imagine it, it just breaks your heart with how horrifying it all is. Yes, we might not have suffered through what Wanderer suffers through, but we can understand the fact that it's just a horrible thing to go through in life. You'd be angry too.
Still, you're calmer than I expected.
You've matured.
Obviously. I have to admit that my past self was a reckless fool who misunderstood not only the point of revenge, but how to achieve it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier too. I just feel like he's grown so much.
And as much as I want my vengeance, I know I'm not gonna get it by acting alone. If the world's taught me anything, it's to think before I act.
Guys, he's learning so much. It's like, I know I keep saying this over and over. It's just, I wish I could tell my past self 3 years ago, crying at 4 in the morning over the ending of Inversion of Genesis, and how empty I felt with Wanderer being completely detached from the world. And I wish I could tell myself it's going to be okay because he's going to find a way to find a place in this world for him in the end. He's going to find purpose in his new life. He's going to move forward with things he never had the opportunity to do before, and yet still find a way to prevent other people from getting hurt the same way he did. That despite how unfair and tragic his life was, he still managed to learn and grow from it. But that's the whole point of his story, is in the end, sometimes you can't change the past, no matter how horrible it is. Even if you try, you can't. The past that was horrible to you and everybody else, you can't change that because that is just that's the foundation of who you are, even if it's a terrible, terrible thing. And that he gets to be this person that he is today. That he's able to speak to us with this calm and understanding of the world. But also that he's also found his place in it. You know, that this is all more than just vengeance for him. This is more than... He exists for more than just getting back at the things that are unfair about his past life. That he gets to have all these friends with Nahida and Durin and Albedo and Sethos and Sino and everybody. Make that difference in other people's lives. That he's so thoughtful about these things now. That he gets to go to school. And like I said, he's crazy smart. He gets to actually use that and make something of that for his life. Just... yeah, Wanderer's story is incredibly meaningful to me, and just... I think that's just the beauty of this game, is just getting to finally arrive at this moment and know after waiting so long that yes, everything is going to be okay. That somehow ever the world is doomed, and yet, if nothing else, we got to see somebody that was so terribly hurt and had their entire life ruined by Dottore still get to live a life afterwards and grow beyond that desire for vengeance and that pain and suffering. That, I mean, that's what makes Wanderer and Kalle's stories so compelling, is Dottore destroyed everything about them, and just get to see that if nothing else, that even if the whole world ends tomorrow, we can say for sure Dottore didn't succeed, because these people, even if they're just one or two of his thousands of victims, got to still live a life beyond the way he manipulated them. It's just... Alright, I'll move on. It's just... the story hits hard, you know? It hits really hard in the feels.
Too bad it never taught me any other virtues, though. So, I am going to destroy Dottore, no matter what it takes.
The insanity in his eyes, we've missed that. Don't worry. Although I say vengeance is not the answer in most cases, as we said. This is more than just vengeance. This is about saving the world. I agree, let's destroy Dottore!
So, what's your plan?
I'll get to that. First, tell me, what do you think of Sandrone?
What do I think of Sandrone? What do you think of Sandrone? I would like to know.
Just like Paimon said, she's a friend. Part of the gang.
How much do you trust her?
Well, I trust that she really does care about Columbina. So if nothing else, we have a shared goal in common.
This is a serious question. Think carefully before you answer.
Although she's with the Fatui, she has her own values, and she's helped us a lot. If nothing else, she's clearly going the extra mile for Columbina.
Yeah, basically what I said.
I see no reason not to trust her.
If you say so. In that case, the three of us need to talk. I have some thoughts about her computing problem. It can be solved, but it will come with a cost.
Oh? What do you know that she doesn't?
How much? If I can afford it, I'll cover
I don't think
it.
he's talking Mora.
Sometimes your heroism really backs me into a corner. You know that? Come on, let's go talk to her.
You guys, you're so silly. My heart just feels full to know that Wander is here now as he is, and that emptiness can finally be filled with knowing his story will go on.